I believe in many settings, liquid biopsy, Guardant360-based test results are more reliable than tissue-based testing.
Over the past couple of years, we've generated a lot of data that shows us that this concordance rate between tissue and liquid changes the paradigm. It makes us know that tissue is not the gold standard in a way. There's some recent data out of University of Pennsylvania. Clinicians there were testing either tissue, Guardant360 liquid biopsy, or both together.
And in patients where tissue-based molecular testing could be completed, the concordance between the two tests was excellent, up to 90%. We have multiple targeted therapeutic options for our patients with advanced non-small cell lung cancer.
A lot of times we do these biopsies and we don't get enough information from them. Either the biopsy wasn't sufficient, or it was enough to get a diagnosis but not get that next level of information. To only have 50%, 60% of this data is available is just not good enough for us. We need all the data available now to be able to make the right decisions for our treatments.
When we look at the number of patients who could receive appropriate targeted treatments based on molecular testing, Guardant360 essentially doubled the number of patients who could benefit from such therapy.
With Guardant360, all I have to do is take my patient to the laboratory with the kit. A week later it comes back and I have the results right in front of me. I can call my patient right away, say, hey, we have this option, I'm going to send your pill over right now, and it can really expedite the pace of care from weeks to days even. A lot of people say that tissue is the gold standard these days, and I know it was the gold standard because it was all we had available. It was the tool we had in our toolbox. But now that we have the option to add liquid biopsies to that, it gives us more tools.
I've reviewed the data around Guardant360 and I have high confidence in the test results.
In a landscape where a large fraction of our patients actually never gets their tumor genotype, it would make sense to adopt a strategy where blood is used first. NILE was designed to compare standard of care tissue testing and cfDNA testing in detection of genomic alterations. The most important finding was that liquid biopsy detects these genomic alterations at a similar rate with tissue testing, which is the standard of care. Unfortunately, in our practices, only a fraction of the patients with non-small cell lung cancer are getting complete genotyping, and the reason is incomplete testing is done because of insufficient tissue or because testing is done in a sequential manner, where the tissue becomes depleted before we get the full answer. In a landscape where a large fraction of our patients actually never gets their tumor genotyped because of insufficient tissue or sequential tissue testing, it would make sense to adopt a strategy where blood is used first. Rapid turnaround time is of major importance, primarily to the patient, because the patient with a newly diagnosed non-small cell lung cancer is surrounded by an extremely anxious family and wants to start the therapy tomorrow when they see you. So detecting that alteration a week faster is clearly significant for both the medical oncologist that wants to prescribe the right therapy for the patient, but also for the patient themselves. I would like the medical oncologists in practice to look at this data and look at the fact that we can actually detect the genomic alterations in liquid biopsy at a similar rate as we do in tissue. That should lend confidence to their decision making and improve delivery of therapy in a faster way.